Hello, YouTube. Today we're going to be going over the Chronicles update. We're just going to be reading the patch notes before we get into the games. All right. Today we're excited to release Chronicle, Phasmophobia's latest major update. With this update, one of our biggest ever, we're reinventing what it means to get a perfect investigation, the way you record media, and much more. The update is now live for stream, PlayStation 5, PlayStation VR2, Xbox Series XS. Read on to find out what's in the store. What's in the store for the next time you play. Oh my god, reading's hard. The core of the Chronicle update is our complete rework of how media is gathered and rewarded in Phasmophobia. A brand new piece of equipment has been added with two new types of media, videos and sound recordings, new challenges, and progression systems. Okay, maximum photos a player can take in investigation has reduced from 10 to 5. That's big. It's big. New types of photos can be gathered. The EMF reader when showing EMF, and 3 ghost forms to include physical, dots, and shadow. And we see the dots there. So I'm assuming shadow is when it's not visible. The photo types below have been moved to video media and will no longer be able to be photographed, such as light switches, door movements, thrown objects, ghost interactions with various objects. There's a wild Schmeargle in chat for those playing PCG. If you guys like catching Pokemon, we catch Pokemon live all the time. That is not a Schmeargle. Let me fix that. I have to refresh the cache before we even continue. There we go. That is a Schmeargle. That is the Schmeargle. All right. The journal will now hold 5 photos rather than 10. We already discussed that. It went from 10 to 5. The first new media type in Chronicle is video recording. Using the video camera, players can capture video during an investigation. A total of 5 videos. You hold down the use button while aiming the camera at the spot they wish to record. A new icon will display on the video camera, encouraging the player to record. Okay. Okay, but is that recording the ghost or the orb? I'm curious. What is going to be priority? What's priority there? Capturing ghost interactions events is now possible with video cameras such as hunting ghosts, ghost triggering crucifix, ghost orbs, thrown objects, doors being moved, ghosts interacting with objects such as rocking chairs, gas canisters, etc. A light source shattering, so an event. A ghost blowing out a candle or fire, okay, and more. The sounds that we are going to be getting with the sound recorder, which is the new piece of item to gather these things. Using this new piece of equipment, players will be able to capture up to 3 sounds per contract. The sound recorder itself will be available from level 4 with its tier 2 and tier 3 iterations available at later levels. I'm already 20. I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to unlock this as we log in. The sound recorder can capture the below sounds during an investigation, paranormal sounds, hunting ghosts, a singing ghost, spirit box responses, and more. All right, we have overhauled the CCTV system within the truck. Has been split into 3 sections: video cameras, head cameras. Okay, CCTV cameras, video cameras, and head cameras. Okay, so it's not just 20 cameras now. Got it. I like that. While using the CCTV interface, players can record video media from the safety of the truck. That's good. That's useful. Truck princesses. That's useful. Your level. Okay, you already have the tier 3 before level 66. Got it. Up to 5 live feeds from inside the contract location will be viewed from the truck. Oh. Oh, so you can have like. Oh, I like that. I like that, yeah. An important part of this update is to create more immersive ghost hunting experience by removing some of the frustrations players encounter while capturing media. We're no longer doing the 3-star, doing unique/duplicate system. The first time a piece of media is captured is marked unique, unique, unique. That's a duplicate because of the disturbed salt. To achieve a perfect investigation alongside usual requirements, players must fill their journal with unique media. Up to 3 pieces of media can now be deleted during an investigation, up from the 2 prior. All right. Okay. Using higher tiers of the photo camera, video camera, and sound recorder will reward players with additional monetary bonuses per piece of media. So you get an additional $1 for the tier 2, additional 2 for the tier 3, and that also goes into the multiplier, which is nice. And they're now unlocked earlier, which is nice. Crucifix tier 3 and Incense tier 3 are both available to unlock at level 80 instead of 90 and 85 respectively. Okay. Interesting. All right. Update launch challenge such as on record live as the 24th of June. Progress from lights out will be wiped and replaced with on record. On record or on record? On record. Increased XP events. Okay, cool. Equipment focused challenges, sound recorder, video camera, etc. Okay. Probably like video recorded ghost hunting or something like that. With optional objectives, we made several adjustments, introducing new challenges and changing existing ones. Further changes and improvements to optional objectives will be made in future updates. That's good. Capture 3 unique photos with a photo camera. Capture 3 unique videos with a video camera. Okay, so those are just some, yeah. Got it. Yeah. Find evidence of paranormal activity with an EMF reader. Capture a photo of an EMF reading on an EMF reader. Got. So that's another thing. That's nice. Okay, while the meat of Chronicle focuses on reworked media, this update brings with it a host of meaningful changes, bug fixes, and various other improvements. User interface improvements. The main menu has been reworked while retaining the same functionality. Players can now set playstyles such as casual, hardcore, or role playing. To include VR preference and microphone required. Players can now filter by the above options and difficulties on the lobby browser. Players can now see the difficulty or multiplier if using a custom difficulty of a lobby when browsing the room. Players can now see the currently selected map of a room from the room browser. That's good. When using text options instead of voice recognition, the relevant gamepad UI buttons now flash when pressed to give visual feedback. I like that. There's many new sounds. Switch drops are live. Check your trophy cabinets. I honestly lurked in a lot of partner streams yesterday because I didn't want to get like too much details. So I'm super excited. You can now go back to post game debriefing. Ooh, I like that because I always forget to look for the button when I can't find it. Auto aim option for gamepads to help grab and interact with objects. I don't know if I like that. But I don't use a gamepad. I use mouse and key. Can now rename their custom difficulties. Oh, okay, I like that. Crucifix now visually cools down after successfully preventing a hunt. So, like, it's hot, and then it goes back to being steamed. I like that. So it no longer glows. Consoles now default to the last selected region rather than the region with the lowest ping to match PC. Okay. Phasmophobia will now be able to load on Steam without an internet connection. Goryo has an increased chance of dots. Thank God. Banshee can now change rooms. Don't like that. Nope. The player will no longer have to click the ready up button in single. I like that. Oh, no. I mean, realistically, the Goryo is the only ghost that's supposed to not change rooms. That was just a bug that they kept in for a long time. All right, fix an issue in Point Hope that restricted player movement when holding a large pan from the kitchen. That would cause salt to be placed in the air. Mike. Fix the visual issue with the CCTV screensaver would appear outside of the monitor. That was my favorite thing, honestly. Fix an issue that would cause cursed possessions to be thrown out of a player's reach in Bleasdale's attic. Fix an issue where bones would spawn behind inaccessible locations on the following maps, such as Tanglewood, Point Hope, Maple Lodge, and Willow Street. I had a lot of Maple Lodge ones. Not so much Tanglewood and Willow Street. And Point Hope is just kind of one of those that I never had an issue with. Fixed an issue that allowed for infinite sprinting after using the monkey paw. How come I never got that? VR players with a tier 3 Firelight, tier 3 Incense, and Voodoo Doll would swing oddly while held. Interesting. Cabinet doors would not show as open for non-VR players if opened by a VR player. Prevented headgear from being usable by others if a player was disconnected or died. Dots and motion sensors from being picked up if placed inside static lights. Oh, for like Grafton. Okay. Cause hunts to happen if a player was outside the door on several maps. I have that. I've seen that. I wonder if they fixed the one on Grafton then, where you could sit in the back and cause it. Haunted breath to be visible after being killed with extended hunts on. So you're not supposed to be able to see the breath. Got it. I thought that was the way it was supposed to be. Store to scroll while in the tutorial. Items be thrown through the outside wall of Ridgeview. I'm curious how they did that. Ouija board to not break when asked a question that would take the player below 0 sanity. Wish I had that. Items get stuck behind the TV in Tanglewood's living room. Never had that happen. Overlapping text when using the Ouija board. UV lights in the wrong order in the main menu lobby. Oh, so they had like tier 3, 2, then 1, or something like that. Sometimes prevented the ghost from moving rooms when wishing for sanity with the monkey paw. Where the ghost could become stuck in lockers in prison. Fixed an issue that prevented the player from being killed when hiding behind a chair in prison. Allowed the Obake to walk backwards during a hunt. So that, they're talking about patient 7, when she is bent over. What would happen is, normally, she would walk facing instead of backwards. Or she would walk forward instead of backwards. You know what I mean? And that was the Obake was the only one that could do that, but now they fixed that, so that's good. Oh my god, there's so much. We're not going to cover all of them. Some trophies may not be visible in the main lobby for players on the PS5, VR2, or the Xbox. However, be viewable once the player is in single player or multiplayer lobbies. Okay. Recordable sound may spawn in an area that is not accessible to the player. Okay. The video is deleted. The player will be unable to record another video of that type during the same contract. Interesting. Sound recorder is not listed alphabetically in the truck list. Audio levels on several sounds may be too high. Master volume setting does not affect the sound recorder volume. The sound effects of the sound recorder can be heard from very far away. High Priestess Tarot card, if drawn, may not revive the player. That's been a known issue. Footsteps of the ghost in training are not audible. That's fine, we're not doing training. There may be higher than expected difficulty in getting audio with the sound recorder during ghost hunts or events. Player cannot take a photo of the thermometer for freezing temps if their setting is Fahrenheit. Oh, because it's not reading it. It's reading it as above 0. Okay. Well, that is the new Chronicle update. For those of you who are super excited to be playing Phasmophobia with this new update, go have fun. Tell me all the good things. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. But all feedback is good feedback. So let me know how you feel about the video, about Phasmo, about the developers, whatever you want to talk about. Honestly, love you all. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.